And we're on again. So, if you have watched the last stream, this has not been made too long from the last stream. I just like to categorize everything a little bit. That's why I just separate them into two streams. So, today we have another ship. Well, we had one ship a moment ago, and now we have another ship. Before it was the battlecruiser, came the Sturm. Watch the video for that one, the previous one, where I talked about its completion. I would have also talked in that part about having it more parts. You can also watch those. Yeah, so this is a heavy destroyer. I have a little mind of my own when it comes to this. I kind of created an own nation, sort of, and decided to like, what do I need? And so I decided that a heavy destroyer was necessary. So here you are seeing the construction, well, the replay of the construction of this heavy destroyer, which actually destroyed my battlecruiser, and very successfully, if I may add. This was made with the sole purpose in mind being the competition that we have currently. It's about riverboats. They are only allowed to have a maximum below water line of 5 meters. So mine is 4 meters, if you're asking. That's why I can put it into the competition. Obviously, though, it is quite high in the water. So, you know, balance issues, yes, although they have been resolved somewhat. Not fully, but, you know, the ship is very light, to say the least. Also, this is the first time I've worked with these black tiles here. I call them thermal tiles, but I'm not sure what they're actually called. So, if somebody knows what they're actually called, please tell me. This ship is armed with 105mm guns, dual mounted, the German ones, the small German ones that you see on the Bismarck and the Tirpitz. And I think the Prince Eugen had also some, but I could be wrong. It's also got a very weird positioning of 5 610mm torpedo launchers. Actually, no, they're 533mm. This is also the first time I've actually worked with like making this super detailed what am I currently... Oh yes, also here, the bridge. This is the first time I actually made detailed bridge, because before I was like, just one block will be done, not hard, you know. But I find nowadays that making your own bridge brings your ship to life a bit more. It gives it a bit more of a life, if you get what I mean. So I added, you know, the bridge. Then I also added some little details like this stairway being, you know, covered, armored, sort of. It's not really armored, but it's more like, you know, it's enclosed. It's an enclosed stairway, which has a armored door on it. I had made my own doors, but this was before I had made my own doors. Also, this is the first time I actually make these kind of portholes, so it could look very bad. It could look not so good, you know. It might not look so good. In that case, I'm very sorry, but yeah, it's the first time I did this. and then I went through the painstaking effort of copy pasting it onto the other side. Sometimes I ask myself why I do this. Also, a little fun fact. This is based off the Atlanta. Now, how the hell is this based off the Atlanta? It doesn't even look remotely like the Atlanta. Yeah, I know. It doesn't look like the Atlanta. Then how it is based off Atlanta? Well, it has torpedoes. It has these side-mounted guns. Oh yeah, and by the way, this mesh here, this is not one single piece. This is so many pieces put together. So this has these dual-purpose mounts here. It has a big mount there. It has these American Mark 37 directors. It has torpedoes. As before stated, it has torpedoes. Some of the superstructure is based off the Atlanta. Not everything though. I had only started making like these round superstructures with my destroyer, which you can watch in my last naval, wait, what was it? Great Fleet Construction part 2. You can see the bridge. That's the one where I actually made like used like these prefabricated halls, I guess you could say, and made it round, and then like copied it by, you know, optically assuming how to turn my parts, or how many degrees my parts have to be to like mimic the circle shape of the prefabricated hull. Yeah, it's got a lot of AA guns, obviously. You need a lot of AA guns to defend yourself. I also started doing these black tilings with the ship. This is the first ship that has these black tilings. This is kind of the step up from having like bland deck kind of thing. After that comes the plank deck, because it's just like, this is easier than the plank deck. Sure, it may, when you're doing it yourself, it may not look like it at first, but believe me, if you are at the point where you can make such superstructures, I believe that things like these will be hardly an issue at all. Although I might make a little hints and tips on things, because you need to select specific stuff to do that. For example, here in Snap, you will have to go and click it so many times until it shows this square with the A in it. Only then will this spacing work a bit better. And then obviously you have to go into like the settings, and then you have to go manually adjust the positions so that they look optically correct. You will never get it accurate. Never. Believe me, you won't get it 100% accurate with these. You will have to be sitting there forever spamming numbers into them until it like works and looks good, totally correct. Like, see here, this here is off a bit. Like, this is up a bit. So there are like little details here and there which like make it for inaccuracies, sort of. Yes, originally there was another gun here, but on advice of some of the people on the Naval Art Discord server, I removed that one because they said it was looking a little bit top heavy. It's not top heavy, although people still think that it's way too tall, which I still don't. I cannot see it being too tall. Like, if this is too tall, I think ships like the Pensacola and New Orleans should be flopping over left, right, and center. Well, less than New Orleans, more than Pensacola, I guess. I think. and also like the destroyers, especially the American destroyers, like they are so, you know, the bottom part of the hull, which is on the water, is like very small compared to the top part of the hull. But yeah, this is the part where I had chains made. Uh, uh, I did not put, I do not put fencing here at all. Like putting fencing here is a crime. Why? Because it blocks your firing angles, especially when you think about it. This here is a hole which goes up a bit. Sure, it may not fully look like it, but you know, when I'm hovering my mouse here and you can see the hole goes up. The hole goes up. Gradually, but clearly, it goes up. Bit by bit until it comes to this part, which literally just stays the same. But it goes up. There also used to be another one here, up here, where the quad mount is now, but that's why I said it was kind of like Atlanta-esque, because it had 4 guns here, it had gun here, gun here, gun here, gun here, gun here, and then it would have a gun up here, or would have had one, then here, here, but later on I just decided I'm going to scrap it, got rid of it, and then replaced it with AA mounts. These were here all the time. Also got somewhat of an inspiration from the Pan-Asian cruisers from World of Warships, because they are literally, it's the Pan-Asian cruisers from World of Warships, the tech tree line, is literally what if Atlanta got its own tech tree line in a nutshell, only with the Chinese nation gimmick of World of Warships, which was deep water torpedoes, and it also gets a torpedo reload booster, which is I haven't seen the necessity of it yet. I don't think because of my game. I think it's because of my gameplay, how I play it. But like, reload booster. You know, I don't like getting too close when I could get annihilated, one-shotted. You know, not fun. I also messed around a bit with the white colouring, so it looks like this. This searchlight looks like it's actually got lights on. You know, just a little detail on the side. Just a little, no, you know, just a little. This year I'm especially proud of. This has been modeled by myself, and this here, this little box here is torpedo reload. Yeah. Now you can see where the torpedoes are getting reloaded. This little box stores a elevator-ish kind of system, which basically, this is one of the motors that you can see, and basically it goes up, and then you can load the torpedoes into either one of these. The loading system allows for the torpedoes to be, you know, positioned so that they can either go into this torpedo or the other torpedo. Also, I have added armor to the torpedo loading system, obviously. A little armor belt here, just because why not? And here for the torpedoes, the weapons motor, which are the torpedo motors, the ones that make the torpedo tube launcher turn. Yes, I haven't mounted it on the 105s, but that's also because this one doesn't really have a logoing system which will allow for such a thing. Therefore, it does not really need it. One of the things I am most proud of about this ship is this. Now, this module view becomes quite unspectacular when, you know, most of the people don't really put so much thought into like the ships in their layouts. I'm sure some do, some don't though, so, you know, when you go onto when I go onto the Steam workshop and look at most of the ships there, when I go into module view, I do not see people having like special views where you can roughly estimate where the boilers are and so on and so forth. So, I decided I am literally going to place my boilers as obvious as daylight. So, now you can knock out my boilers with my engines. Just to give it a bit more accuracy, you know? It could impact the gameplay a bit more, and therefore give it a bit more of a interesting gameplay. The thing is though that, well, how am I supposed to put this? Those who watched my last stream may have noticed how I got obliterated in literal seconds without even ever hitting anything, like not even the engines. So I don't know if this is ever going to have impact on the gameplay. I mean, it depends. It depends. If you are a person who likes to switch off his brain most of the times, well, people will be having fun picking on you, that's for sure, and they will have a fun annihilating you. That's also for sure. Otherwise, well, this is a fast ship. You saw its capabilities last time. Just to show you again a little bit of what it can do. If the game will be loading now, or if it will be as friendly as to load. Guns, fast reload time. Very fast reload time. Oh yes, here are the Japanese guns and those rangefinders which were having me have a bad day because I just couldn't see anything. This is great for like throwing off your opponent's like targeting power. Like spam this, they will never see you. Like literally not ever. They can't see you. It's literally you just standing there and it's like, well, how can I shoot at this if I cannot see this thing that is shooting at me? You know why the thing can shoot at you? Because it can see you. Especially when you're a bigger ship. It's also relatively fast. Set the guns back to 0. As you can see, fast traverse times are a great point on this ship. And the turning is the greatest because, you know, it's quite a long ship. It's very long and not very wide, so the turning is a little bit, it's okay, it could be better, but you know, it works. Oh yes, and it reaches 40 knots, so yes, this is a heavy destroyer. It's also very well equipped for the dual purpose role. It has torpedoes. Very nice and effective torpedoes. Okay, my A is going bananas. What the? Okay, this is weird. Okay. I just had a major problem. I may or may not have noticed that my game's UI just went and disappeared. I'll have to sort that one out later. Wait, let me go into settings. General. builder coordination, yeah, sure, apply. But oh, nice. Oh, nice. This is nice. I didn't know this existed. Huh. Missed that. But anyways, yeah, I will have to find out what happened. Actually, does it work when I re-enter? Let me see. Let me see. If it works, that would be cool. Load, 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 load. Yeah, it loads. Yay, it works. Okay, good. So it works. It has good torpedoes. And if you look at the torpedoes, if I could get them all to fire, like this, and then we have them like this, and then we go onto the other side. About 20 seconds reload time. So these things have a 20 seconds reload time, which is fairly respectable considering, you know, how they're being loaded. Sure, it may seem a little bit overpowered, but that is just the reality of, you know, the ship. That's just how the ship works. Bam. Guns 0. Set 0. We're going to switch off our AA because we don't want our AA to go, you know, bananas. And yeah, so this is a relatively fast ship. We're going to switch off its engines for now. It's got a lot of stuff going on in its insides. It can go into rivers. I will, however, not demonstrate that part because it will take for ages to get to, you know, the river. And to be honest, streaming once and then streaming twice, it's not exactly the funniest thing, especially not for my voice, considering my voice is all dried out right now. So I probably will cut it off right here too. But first of all, to prove this thing isn't going to, you know, suffer when it gets into deep water. This thing still floats when there's storm. Look at it. Floats when it's still storm. Okay, yeah, it's questionably, but it works. It works. It works. It's just it could be better. It could be. Maybe. Probably should. It works though. It works, and that's what counts. You know, that's what counts. It works. And as long as it works, it works. Okay, now it really just looks like it's going underwater. It cannot. Maybe I should really look at this like a coastal ship. This thing can't. This thing cannot endure the epic and most destructive of waters that the ocean has to throw at it. Yeah. On second thought, this thing maybe not so much. Oh wow. God, this looks bad. Like really bad. Like even this is like better. Like this is bearable for like this ship. Like this ship can bear with this kind of waves. But more than that, and this thing just goes completely under the waves. Actually, clear weather, how does it change by clear weather? Clear weather is just flat wet. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and the waves aren't that bad. Okay, cool. Yes, so that's the ship. The ship in all its, and I quote, glory. Talent should be joining me anytime soon on VC. He wants to, you know, do progress on his ship. and I quite frankly want to do progress on my destroyer, but I will not be streaming it because streaming the building process is even more boring than explaining it. Although the explaining part is more fun than the streaming part. So thank you for watching both of these streams. If you have watched both of these streams, but I thank you all for watching, and I hope. Actually, no, that's the wrong thing I'm saying. I was supposed to say, I'm just a random person, yay. Random stuff, more random stuff, random stuff, uh, random stuff, life, random stuff, more random stuff. Have a nice day. Sorry for wasting your time. Bye.